Welcome back to the Dragon Den. My loyal Dragon Knights, King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Bandai SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Kyewi. And so here we have Kyewi posed and out of the packaging, and before we have a look at the figure, let's run through his accessories. Kyewi does come with 5 different head sculpts and they all look very impressive, as well as 2 different scouters for his A and C heads. He also does have 3 pairs of hands. And finally we do get a new faceplate and a right hand for Vegeta. Other than that, Kyewi here does not come with any other accessories, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at Kyewi. And so here we have a closer look at Kyewi, and I think Bandai has done a really good job here with Kyewi. For being a very minor character, Bandai has actually done a really good job here with Kyewi. As far as his head sculpt goes, it's a very good head sculpt, and Bandai actually put some impressive details here. His eyebrow ridges look really good covering his eyes, and I especially love the expression that he has. You can see his little tendrils coming off of his face, which are actually done in softer plastic, and they do look good. He does have ears on either side of his head, and on the top of his head you can see he has these holes. And one thing I absolutely love is the fact that they were able to texture Kyewi's skin. As far as Kyewi's body goes, he is wearing a dark set of Frieza Force armor. I love the glossy black armor that Kyewi is wearing, and the white parts do a really good job of contrasting the glossy parts of his armor. The abdomen and his shoulder areas are done in this really nice shade of yellow, and they do look really good. And you can see on either side of his hip the armor does come down. And on the back of the armor you can see the glossy black is still rather impressive, and the yellow paint here on the back is also really clean. Kyewi isn't wearing anything on his arms other than his gloves, and you can see the texturing is still done here on his skin. He does have some rather skinny arms, which is quite accurate to his character, and his white gloves do look really good. And he does have these yellow bands going around his wrists done in yellow paint. Kyewi is wearing black tights, which do look really good, and you can see the musculature in his legs. It does look good, but it is rather plain, but it is really accurate to the original design for Kyewi. And he does have on a pair of green tinted boots, which are kind of strange seeing as how the green paint doesn't really match the green plastic. Once again we have those yellow bands across his ankles, and they are painted rather cleanly. So overall, Kyewi here is actually done really nicely, and I like what Bandai has done here with the character. The paint and details on him are rather clean, and I especially love the texturing going throughout his skin. With the paint and details out of the way, let's compare Kyewi to our usual suspects. Here we have Kyewi posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and DC Multiverse Superman, Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man, the Lightning Collection White Ranger, and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally we have Kyewi posed next to the 24,000 power level Vegeta. So as you can see, Kyewi is going to scale nicely to the rest of your Dragon Ball collection, and he scales perfectly with the new 24,000 Vegeta. With the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at Kyewi's articulation. Kyewi does have a double ball joint in the head and a ball joint in the neck, butterfly joints and ball socketed shoulders. Arms go out to the side and do a full 360. Swivel at the bicep and double hinged elbows. Ball hinges in his wrists. Kyewi does have a ball hinge in his abdomen and a ball joint in his lower torso. Legs do kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. Kyewi has a double hinge in the knee, a double ball joint in his ankle, and finally a toe hinge. So Kyewi here will have your standard Dragon Ball articulation, and for the most part it works unhindered. There are some things that could have been improved on, but I'll save that for my final thoughts. So with everything said and done about Kyewi, let's get him posed for my final thoughts. Despite having such a minor role in Dragon Ball Z, Kyewi here is actually a really fun figure. I love the fact that they made him so expressive. Giving him 5 different head sculpts was a really good call. And each head sculpt has its own unique take on Kyewi, and it absolutely works here for the character. And I do like the fact that we do get scouters to have options whether to have them with or without the scouter. And giving Kyewi additional parts for Vegeta was a really nice touch, as Vegeta didn't come with the Dirty Fireworks fingers or this new head sculpt. Where I feel this figure suffers the most is in the engineering, as they went back to the original way they did the shoulder pads here. They are connected to the main torso on just a simple hinge, which does limit how much you can move them around. It would have been nice if they engineered his shoulder pads like they did the new Vegeta, but overall it does a really good job capturing that silhouette of Kyewi. Now, Kyewi here was a Premium Bandai exclusive figure, meaning that if you didn't pre-order him from Premium Bandai, secondhand market is the only way to track him down. Overall, I'm very happy with Kyewi, as I'm actually having more fun with him than I originally thought because of these expressive heads. He's really fun to pose. So if you want a very fun figure to pose around with and just to give Vegeta something to beat up on, Kyewi here is going to be a very fun figure. So with that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my Dragon Ball collection. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites, coming from the Dragon Den, I'm KingofDragons 5000, reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.